Alright, what's going on, everybody? You know who it is, so I won't say much about that. Yeah, I got a bubble in my eye. Work, a little injury thing. I have my glasses on, but a piece of steel still got under there. It fucking bubbled up because it was a burn. And I fucked around with it thinking taking the water out would be a good idea. Better than this big bubble on my face. You know, it's still up for debate, right? Because, like, a scab, that's why you see me wearing glasses at night, because I'm a little still self-conscious about my face. And I still have work to do. I'm not going to pretend like I'm fucking completely enlightened and I don't give a shit about my fucking appearance. Obviously I do. Or else I wouldn't care about my hair and what else. You have to kind of care a little bit, but then you got to realize that, you know, caring too much is out of balance, right? Right balance. Balance in everything. All things balance. Anyways, that's not what I'm coming to talk about, but what I do want to talk about is my last video, my last few videos. I put it in this Polarity Battles playlist, and I made the videos to illustrate a point, and I wasn't trying to attack Teal Swan. I wasn't trying to say anything bad about her, and thank God I don't have much people that watch me. Obviously that's changing. I'm getting more and more, but still, I don't want anybody to, you know, I don't want anybody to think I was attacking her. Like, I tried to make it clear that I was worried about her, the way she was talking. Now, I had no idea how much stress this girl was under. I just watched a couple videos about two girls who committed suicide, and they're trying to blame Teal for that, and that's just, in a sense, ridiculous. Because, you know, the one girl broke up with her boyfriend, and, like, one of my buddies in grade school, his mom was a nurse, and he used to tell me, do you know how many girls come in to the hospital having to get their stomachs pumped because they ate a bunch of Tylenol and tried to kill themselves? So this is something that's been going on for years now. Whether Teal Swan's her stuff makes people choose that decision that they've already been, you know, going back and forth on, has nothing to do with her. She's trying to help people with her experience, you know, and even if she is trying to get people to commit suicide, which I highly doubt, still the person commits suicide, and there's still a bunch of catalysts there. And for any parent to be blaming somebody shows how much they're unevolved. And once again, God forbid I never go through that, and I couldn't even imagine what they're going through, so I don't want to just point the finger and do what they're doing, because there's a bunch of things that happen there, and I'm not saying it's the parents' fault, I'm not saying it's Teal's fault, I'm not saying it's the boyfriend's fault, none of that, but nonetheless, how did you not know your little girl was in that much pain? And maybe you can't know, maybe they keep it so secret and they hide it so well that you can't know. But how, you know what I mean? This is why you gotta make an attempt. Even if you think your kids are fucking happy, that doesn't give you the right to ignore them and just do your own thing because you think your kids are happy. You still gotta put in time, you still gotta find out, you still gotta push things aside and make them priority so they know they're priority. And you gotta make it available when they're happy and whenever they're not happy. You can't just hang out with them when they're upset and sad. You gotta fucking go there when they're happy. You gotta tell them they need to know their priority. That you would fucking quit your job, you would sell your house, you would kill anyone, including yourself. You would do whatever it takes to make them priority, to let them have what they need. That's what you need them to think. And in the same sense, you do have to have tough love and all this other shit. You want them to think that you would do almost anything for them. That you want them to know that there's that much love you have for them. And that includes making hard ass decisions. Like, no, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You said you were gonna take a year off. It's been 4 years now and you're still in my basement and you don't have a job. No, you need to get the fuck out and learn how to grow up. You know, my wife knows somebody who was on disability. They fucked over welfare. Welfare kicked them off, and now she's a PSW. Like I said, some people, if you give them handouts, they're going to keep taking, even though they have the capability to do something great. This girl has a brain, but she just figured, you know, government's going to hand me money to do nothing. No, just fucking do nothing. You know, and then look at her now. So, point I want to say, It's not what I want to talk about is suicide or anything like that, because, you know, there's a 24-year-old girl that just killed herself here in town. And, you know, according to her Facebook, she looked happier than a pig in shit. Oh, pretty girl, always with a bunch of friends, and, you know, it's just, things are tough. Things suck. People are... Mental health is getting worse and worse and worse. Drugs are getting worse and worse and worse. Why the fuck do people think that is? Could it have something to do with the fact that the fucking whoever you want to say controls the media, but let's just blame the fucking media, okay? Could it be the fact that they are fucking controlling our perceptions and leading us down these fucking roads that feel so empty when we get there? It's like everything led up to this moment, and then when we get this moment, it's not fulfilling whatsoever. And then you try finding that feeling again and it's still not fulfilling. Is that maybe the reason why when people seem to be happy and have a good life and they blow their fucking head off or they swallow a bunch of pills or they slit their fucking wrists? What the fuck happened? What do you mean? There's so much tragedy in life, and then when your life is actually going good and you get the things you want and it doesn't fulfill you, and then all of a sudden tragedy starts happening, it's like, well, the good things suck and now the shitty things are happening, and everybody knows why they're called the shitty things, because it's death, it's fucking disappointment, it's cheating, it's a whole bunch of fucking soup fucking combinations that you don't fucking need or want, but we all have to go through. It's like, you know, is there any wonder? To me, it's like, I'm with Peterson on this. Is there any wonder that why we don't all just kill our fucking selves? And you know what? Fuck, there's a point there. And you could listen to Jordan Peterson. Right, motherfucking shit, dick, suck a fucking clit and penetrate. Oh my god, sorry about that. Anyways, so what I was talking about before was pretty serious, so I was just trying to be a dummy. It's been a few hours since I was recording that, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, so once again, what I was about to say about Jordan Peterson was, I take his view when it comes to the tragedy of life, you know, because he talks to a lot of people, and he's like, people just, they astound him, you know, the fact that they can go through all these things and just keeping on. He's like, you know, one of the things that he talks about and that he likes, and when someone comes and sees him, unless he's dealing with people that have been in trouble and they're court mandated to go see him, but for the most part, you know, he talks about this one example. This one girl says, you know, I really hope there's something wrong with me, and you know, I already know. So this is a story about, fuck is the guy's name? Anyways, one of the many great psychologists or psychoanalysts or psychoanalysts, or I mean, anyways, the guy's taken back by that and says, well, why is that? Well, it's either there's something wrong with me or there's something wrong with the way the world is. And she's like, the odds of that is at least with, if there's something wrong with me, I can fix that. If there's something wrong with the world, I can't fix that. So, and that plays into what I'm talking about with the children and the suicide and mothers blaming somebody. It's like, okay, even if it's Teal Swan's fault, then where the fuck were you when she was watching that shit? How come you didn't look up what she watches? My kids use my YouTube account, okay? And like I said, I'm unrestricted 18 plus, and yeah, you could say it's problematic and they could look at stuff, but my history is all on there. And even if they delete it off of Google or YouTube, which they have to know my password to do that, by the way, but they can't, it's saved into Google. And even if they are managed to figure out that password, I have one of those Disney Circle things, whatever it is, and you know, maybe it's spying on my family and shit and collecting data, but at least out of the two evils that that's doing, it is allowing me to see what my kids do, even the deleted shit, and from there I can restrict whatever the fuck I want, and it doesn't matter how many passwords they know or whatever they do, it's going to be on there and I can see what they did. So if you want to blame somebody else for your child's suicide, once again, I'm not trying to be insensitive. People need to blame somebody when a tragedy happens, and it helps. It's part of their coping mechanism, and eventually they will come around and see the real issue, and instead, because it's so much easier to blame somebody else. Like, you just lost your little girl, your little boy, man. And you know, it's just, you don't want to take that on. Because as soon as you realize that it was your fucking fault, then you want to almost take your own fucking life. And, you know, that's what I'm just talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, most people, without having lost a child, might even want to take their life. And then they lose a child, and it's like, holy fuck, man. You realize all the things you should have did, and now you can't do that. And I get that. But, you know, it's just not right to fucking blame somebody else. Because you can blame that person, but your daughter saw her out, talked to her videos, and it's not like Teal Swan directly spoke to this girl and said you should commit suicide. She was talking about suicide, and she was, you know, from what I see, and there was like a whole BBC fucking report, investigation slash fucking journalism piece done that was aired on TV about Teal Swan, which is, you know, she probably got more benefits than bad things from that, to be honest. But, you know, her Facebook was shut down and all this shit. So, once again, this is mostly an apology if I came off as a dick in my last video talking about Teal Swan and, you know, how she fucking can see things and how come she's stuck somewhere wherever she said she's stuck. So, that's all I'm trying to convey. Sorry, some people were looking in my yard, and I think they're looking at like some writing that my kids did. There's somebody going around my neighborhood actually smashing windows with a fucking brick right now, so it's pretty funny. And that's another reason why I don't mind being in the car. And I got my watchdog outside who will bite the fuck out of them, which is probably not a good thing, but you know, whatever. But you know, once again, I even though I don't necessarily like that Teal's got a lot of people that look up to her, and then the things she was saying, I still put that video in the link. One of my videos, one out of the 4 videos I put on yesterday, I put the link for the Ralph Smart and the Teal thing on there because it's important. It's, you know, whether or not it causes fear or it gives hope, it doesn't matter. It's important. People need to know this stuff. Now, switching gears maybe a little bit. How am I gonna go into that? Oh yeah, okay. Well, first I won't even get into that. Sorry, got fucking shit going on in my head. You can't see, but it's fucking. If you could see it, you'd be like, wow, how does this guy even make a video? But I'm sure most people have that going on in their head too sometimes, and that's probably why they don't even start making a video. So, but I mean, I emphasized and said that if, you know, I was going to send a message to Ralph saying the I always pronounce it wrong, the Kleepoth, which looks a lot like Thoth, except with a PH instead of a TH. But, you know, PH makes the sound of an F, and TH, you know, anyways, there's a lot of things that you need to know about. Alright, so I only have like about a minute left, so I'm going to continue this after. But the point of those videos, well, not the point, but I was going to send a message to Ralph saying, you know, Kabbalah, Klipoff will teach you what these people know. But in all actuality, like the way I have a hodgepodge of magical systems, tools, and practices and exercises, you know, that I've taken from all these other things, whoever these, if there is such an elite group, and I'm not convinced that there is, and even more so, I'm not completely unconvinced that this isn't being done for all the greater good, to be honest. But anyways, because Teal said it also in there. This is what I mean. Like, even though she might have been putting off fucking a little bit of fear and panic, and you know, if you read between the lines, her message in there, her words, her information that came out was still sound. Her her shadow work stuff was sound. The fact was she said, oh fuck. I can't even remember what I was about to say now. Oh,